Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. This is Noni Rasiruma, and on this channel we do faith-based and purpose-driven content and all the vlogs of the in-betweens that make my life beautiful. So guys, I've been away for quite some time and I'm sure you guys are wondering, where has Noni been? Like, I came out with a big bang, sharing my testimony of my fasting and prayer in the beginning of the year, receiving a new job that I am absolutely loving. And then zoop, girl disappears. Where have I been? What's been going on? So I just thought, it honestly has been such a while since I did a video, and because we've built a community, I thought it's only fair that I let you in on or just share a bit of the reason why I have been off for such a long time on the YouTube streets. So let's start with my radio job on Energy FM. I am loving it. I'm loving it. I honestly never thought that I would enjoy radio as much as I am right now. I've always considered myself as a TV person, or something that I'd really love to dive into more. And I was never confident about radio. And with me, I think it's officially a month now that I've been on radio, and I am absolutely enjoying it. I love it. Like I said in the previous video, that it is an extension of my ministry, so I don't have to try hard to be who I am on air. I don't have to thumbsuck content to be relevant on air. It's literally just an extension of my character and my personality. And it's called The Spiritual Refill on Energy FM. If you're not tuned, you know what to do. You can download the app Energy FM, or if you are in Limpopo, or I think selected places in the Gauteng province as well, it's 105.8 FM. So yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. It's a blast. It's a lot of hard work. I didn't know that the preparation of a show takes so much work. It's a lot of work that goes into preparing for a show. But in all of that, I love that it keeps me in the word during the week, because there's a lot of preparation that I do that involves me needing to do my Bible study. For instance, when I'm doing the segment on the refill devotional, that's when I actually motivate my listeners on whatever word that God has inspired me during the week, or that I have been studying or reading. So it's those kind of little things, that the in-betweens, that keep me in God's word and keep me in my faith, which is the best for me. I don't want to lie. I'm loving it. So in short, I'm having a great time on air. And then shortly after being on air, I think a week after being on air, we found out, a week or two, we found out on the Sunday, it was the second Sunday after being on air, that was the 12th of February, my mother-in-law passed away. And we had quite a tight bond. And this took a knock on me so bad, I don't want to lie. It really, really took a knock on me. So in the beginning of 2020, in February as well, I lost my birth mother. And I'm still recovering from that loss, because my mom passed away when I was 8 weeks pregnant with my daughter Kara. I think you guys may have seen her in my previous vlogs. And that was really, really hard on me, because it was my first child. Well, she still is my first child. She was my first child, and I needed her the most then. And God took her when I was pregnant with her, and it wasn't easy to go through the rest of the pregnancy, because I felt like I wouldn't know how to navigate this huge responsibility of motherhood without her. And she was extremely amazing with with children, and I knew that she was going to be the best grandmother to my daughter. And I just couldn't imagine how the beginning of this huge journey, this huge responsibility, was gonna be without her. Never mind that alone, but just the essence of losing a parent, especially your mother. I remember I described it at her funeral that it felt like I was feeling the physical pain of my umbilical cord being cut off from her. That's how excruciating the pain was of losing my mother. And I am still mourning her. For anybody who has lost a parent or their parents before, I'm pretty sure that you can resonate with the emotions that I'm going through. Even though it's 3 years later, I still feel it fresh. Yesterday was the 27th of February. I'm filming this on the 28th of February. It's Tuesday today. And yesterday I wasn't okay. Like, it still gushes down as though it's fresh. The time of her death, I still anticipated as though I'm about to receive that call over again, and all those emotions play over. The entire funeral plays over and over in my mind. I'm still not okay when it comes to that in particular. And then when my mother-in-law passed in the same month of February, it took me back to that same pain. And my mother-in-law and I had a really beautiful bond. I don't know what mother-in-law drama was. I didn't know that. I didn't know people have stories of their mothers-in-law, and I only have beautiful stories to tell. And I'm not even trying to buy face. Like, she was a mother to me. She came when I was in the last 2 weeks of my pregnancy. She came and she lived with us to help me get through that last month of pregnancy and in preparation of me receiving our daughter. And she stayed until the umbilical cord fell off. And apparently that is what they do in the Venda culture. And for her to have left her comfort, the comfort of her own home, to be with me for such a long time, that moment will forever be embedded in my heart. And she has since played a motherly role in my life. And when she passed on the 12th of February, I felt the emotions double. And everything that just preceded and happened around her passing and the week of preparation for her funeral, it was daunting. It was daunting, as much as we called it a celebration of a life, because she was 79 years old. The celebration of a life lived is different to a birthday celebration. It's different to a wedding celebration. It's different to any kind of celebration. There's a lot of mourning and deep hurt in the celebrating still, and it's very important to acknowledge your feelings and acknowledge where you're at psychologically during that time, and not just move on as though we've buried a loved one and we've celebrated their life, therefore life goes on. And I'm a person who feels very deeply. I'm a person who feels very deeply, and I'm very in touch with my emotions, and I'm very expressive with my emotions as well. And I think the difficulty of being prominent in public spaces is me trying to strike the balance between not losing the essence of who I am and not trying to show up in spaces and in times where I would rather be closed off, or I don't have the emotional capacity to show up. But with the life that God has given me and the responsibilities that I play in all the roles that God has given to me, I am expected to show up, and to show up as my best self. And I don't want to lie, it is hard. It is hard So if there was one thing that I could take off the plate, I just had to choose and prioritize and put my mental well-being first, and something had to give. And I was off air for one Sunday, but that was due to the burial of my late mother-in-law. However, last week Sunday I was back on air, and for those 3 hours I have to be on my best self. And Sunday after the radio show, I went to church as per usual, and I was the one ministering on Sunday. So there's this essence. Grief is difficult. Grieving is difficult. Like, there's this essence of life needing to move on, and you needing to be present in certain spaces that need you. However, after showing up in those places, you kind of shrink back into your hole, or into your corner, and come back to your emotions to deal with them again, so that they don't show up ugly in places where they shouldn't be showing up. So I have been trying to find that balance. I've been trying to come back to myself, because throughout the month of February, I don't want to lie, my emotions have been all over the place. Last week, for instance, our niece was getting married. That's my husband's sister's daughter, the eldest daughter. She was getting married, and it was a beautiful celebration, and that required our full energy to be present on the day. I remember taking you guys through wedding dress shopping. I remember taking you guys through the Lobola celebration as well, and I took a few videos and clips of her wedding so that I can actually share that beautiful moment with you, just to complete that process, because it was honestly really, really beautiful. But I'm trying to paint a picture for you guys of how my emotions have been so dispersed throughout the month of February, and I've been needing to be present in all these spaces that required me. But I feel like over the next 2 weeks, this week and next week, I'm just going to take some time to come back to myself before I am fully active on the social streets again. I haven't posted on social media, and I mean, my organization, Crowned Women Movement, runs on social media, and I think the entire month of February I just didn't have the emotional capacity to post. So that's where I have been, and I don't want to make this video too long, but it's literally just, proof of life, and just to let you in, just to let you guys in on where I've been and what's been going on. I think it's only fair, because we are a family, and I am building a community with you guys. So I just thought, let me just fill you in. Do pray for me, please do pray for me. But I am trusting in God, and I know that God is going to get me through this difficult time that I am in. That is myself and my family, of course, my husband included. But I just thought, yeah, let me do this video. I just felt it necessary. So I hope you appreciate it. And you know what, guys, even when I was not posting, you guys are continuing to watch my videos. You guys are continuing to subscribe, and I am so grateful. I am so grateful. I don't take it lightly. And I really, really thank you from the bottom of my heart. So for reaching even the end of this video, I'm eternally grateful, and I love you guys so much. I will be back with content that you love, faith-based, purpose-driven, and some vlogs of the in-betweens that make my life beautiful. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you guys so much. The Lord bless you and keep you, and make his face to shine upon you and give you peace. Keep praying for me. I love you guys.